Matthew Perry passed away over the weekend at the age of 54. We had him on the show, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago. He was promoting a new show. And I'd never met him before, but he had great comedic timing. I mean, of all of those characters on Friends, all the actors, he to me had that comedic. Him and Jennifer Aniston had comedic timing. That it's. I think you're just born with it, and he was really really good, that character. Chandler Bing was, and I've been by the place where his apartment is supposed to be on the show in the West Village in New York, and there was like a vigil there over the weekend that people gathered outside this place and where his apartment was supposed to be on the show. But he had the last line or the last word in the show, Friends.
I was reading some stories about Matthew Perry this weekend, and they would adjust and they would change lines at Friends from set to set, scene to scene. And the last line of Friends, they're all in Monica's apartment. Monica and Chandler are moving to the suburbs with their 2 babies, and this is it. The group is disbanding. And Jennifer Aniston is supposed to say, "You guys want to go get some coffee?" And then they hug and walk out. And Matthew Perry supposedly asked, "Can I get a line in?" And she goes, "Can I go get some coffee? Want to go get some coffee?" And everyone's, "Yeah." And then as they're walking out, long pause, she goes, "Where?" As if they're going to go somewhere different. And the whole place started laughing.
Central Perk.
Yeah. Supposedly he got the last line.
Perk. Yeah. Yeah, Marv.
He was also in an underrated movie, Fools Rush In, with Salma Hayek.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just for Salma alone, but
I think he got injured on that movie. He got injured in a jet ski accident, maybe, and that started him on the pain meds.
I remember him so long ago before Friends. He had a role for a couple episodes on Beverly Hills 90210. He was like the rich kid star tennis player, which he kind of was. He was, I guess, a great tennis player.
And I remember Julia Roberts, she said she would be on the show, but she wanted to be in a scene with Matthew Perry. And then they started dating. And then as he tells it, like 3 months later, he broke up with her because he didn't want her to break up with him. Like he knew that he wasn't worthy. Like this was, so he panicked and he broke up with Julia Roberts. Yes, Steve.
I'm just looking back through his early roles.
Yeah.
He really hit some 80s gold. He was in Charles in Charge.
Ooh.
He had a little bit on Silver Spoons. He had a little bit on Growing Pains, where he played Carol Seaver's boyfriend who dies in a drunk driving crash. He had some good ones there, man. A 3-episode arc on Growing Pains. Are you kidding me? Yo.
He was a big tennis fan, and he wrote a book. He talked about his disease, and that book, I think, was in the last 12 months. But he just knew. He knew that the disease was going to win. He had been in rehab 60, 70 times, he said. And he said that there was just nothing that, he was on hydrocodone, I think. And that's an offshoot of Oxy. And he just said there was nothing like that feeling of it took away all the pain that he had. Yes, Tom.
Big hockey LA Kings fan.
Yeah.
When you had him on the show, he mentioned Wayne Gretzky twice when you asked him 3 people you'd like to meet or interview, and he was big on Gretzky.